Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your July 2023 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. Pick an additional card. Pick an additional card. They're all cups. Very interesting. Alrighty then. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Pentacles. I almost said cups. Pentacles, which is a card, the aces are beginnings. Pentacles can be earth energy, so the beginning of some kind of material pursuit, a new job. Ace of Pentacles can actually be a financial windfall of some sort that maybe it changes your life because of it. Maybe you're starting a business. That's, one of the things I like about this deck is like the background seems to really represent the energy. So it's a golden background. So you know that it's connected to money. In the past position, we have the Two of Swords. So, one thing I have to say about these positions is that it doesn't, when I say the past position, I don't mean that necessarily this is what you were doing, but this may have been part of the theme, and this could be the current theme, but not necessarily anything that is transpiring. So maybe you don't have a new job, but you want one. You're seeking one, or you're thinking that that it's time to look for a job. The Two of Swords can mean somebody that is making a decision about something, but maybe you haven't made a decision. Maybe you're pulled in two different directions about something, and you're not really tuning into it in a realistic way. Or there's something about it that is not really what it seems, perhaps. I would even say, like, some Scorpio people that are in a profession that uses the mind, like a teacher or a lawyer, or when I say mind, also communication, the media, and you want a new job, because you want a different type of work, that can be something that is pulling at you. The higher message is the Temperance card, and this is connected to Sagittarius. You can see the angel in the backdrop. By the way, if it looks brighter, I turned on the light. I had paused this and I turned on the light, so it's probably a great contrast from what it was before. And so there can be this sense of the card of the Temperance is about the material and the spiritual, and that maybe that is what the duality is, the need to think about the material, but maybe there's not that sense of balance. Maybe some of you are too concerned about the material at the expense of the spiritual. And if you do have, like, the Ace of Pentacles, if that's like a dream of yours of wanting to have your own business, you're not thinking about it from a grounded perspective. And that could be like too much in your upper chakras and not, bringing it down to the lower chakras where the manifestation occurs. So it could be either one of those things. What crosses you is the Hermit, so this might be like a lack of, um, soul searching. Maybe you're looking to the outer world to provide you guidance on a particular issue instead of looking within yourself. And also, the Hermit represents, you could say like the 12th house in astrology, which is Pisces domain and is about solitude. Maybe I think a lot of Scorpios like solitude, but for whatever reason, you may not have that in your life. You're not cultivating it. And therefore, you don't have the means to be able to look within because there's so much external noise. So you're going to have to make time for yourself to be able to do that so that you can really fine tune whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And if you have gotten like some money, or perhaps you're going to be getting some money, it could be saying that you're not, maybe you're too much in the material right now, and down later down the road you're going to regret not um, really honoring your spiritual side, because that can really guide you as you adjust to this new way of being. When I say adjust, uh, I was thinking about, let's say you received an inheritance and it's kind of changed your life in some way. And the thing about it is that when you think about those people who win lotteries and they end up blowing all their money, the main reason why is because they never adjusted to that new state that they were in, because it is energetic in nature even as it is also financial in nature. And you have to kind of meet it where it's at, and if you're not at that level you will repel it, and you will personally reject it if you don't feel comfortable. It's just like if you attract a really wonderful person, but you still don't feel worthy inside, you will likely drive that person away until you really love yourself enough to accept love from somebody else at that level. What's coming in is the Four of Wands, so there's this sense, you can see the that looks like a yurt in the background, and that represents the home. And this is, you can see this kind of energized, happy home environment, new home. Maybe you have this money, you're going to buy a new home, and a lot of things are kind of gelling for you. Um, this is also can be a marriage card. So the Ace of Pentacles could be a new relationship that has a lot of potential, because it's very grounded. It's not like the Ace of Wands where it's like this hot and heavy thing. It might be very stable. So you're happy because that's where you thrive. You're a fixed sign, Scorpio. So anything that is very unstable is something that doesn't sit well with you. Someone else might find it very stimulating, but not you. So there's like some positive vibes on the home front as well. The outcome, this is one of the reasons why I picked a couple of additional cards, is the Five of Cups, which is very unusual because this is a card of grief, mourning the loss of someone or something. So why in the world would this be happening? Well, I had said with the Ace of Pentacles, if you receive some kind of a windfall, it could have come because of the death of somebody who was close to you. So it's one of those things where it's like there's a sadness and there is a joy. Now, temporarily, the money, the new influx of money can, distract and stuff like that, but then you still have to deal with that loss. And that's one of those things where it's not necessarily that easy to do so. It's easier said than done, right? when we are dealing with loss, we have to go through those stages. We can't just like short circuit it. So um, I feel like Scorpio people are, it's interesting because I was just talking or thinking about this, the idea of the vortex. And that's what this is. And there's a term in law of attraction called the vortex, where it's like you are aligned. And when I looked up the word vortex, they were talking about this, I forgot what they call it, like a whirlpool, which is what this is. And they said it attracts these things towards it, and that's what makes it go run, run. And so it's like, you know, when we feel a sense of loss, that emptiness can kind of like multiply on itself, or whatever that term is. It can mushroom, right? And if you think about it another way, your positive vibration can do the same. So that vortex isn't just about sadness, it can be about joy. It's all in how you see things. Now, I did pick an additional card because I don't like to end on that, even though, this is part of life. Like you might have this happiness that is tempered with a situation, like maybe you have a new job, but you got laid off of the old one, and you still have that residual sense of loss, that you still have to grieve the loss of that. Um, and I got the Four of Cups, and I didn't want to end on this one either. If you can see just by looking at the face of this person, is that this is kind of a dissatisfied feeling, a feeling of inertia, or um, just blah. But I mean, I've seen like interpretations where, because the number four represents stability, it can be a relationship with someone where there is that sense of um, stability, like I had said before. Now, if the Five of Cups is that you are coming from a past relationship that didn't work out, and you still are kind of nursing your wounds, which a Scorpio person could totally do. You could be very long standing in your wound licking. And um, the the reason that so the Four of Cups could be something good, where you're with someone that is really stable, but you're reacting to it with that sense of disinterest because you're not used to having a sane, partner. Every partner that you've been with, or most of them, are completely bonkers. They were very unpredictable, and in a bad way, and you never, could rely on them. They were very unreliable. So you have to be careful sometimes that, this negative imprinting, if you come from like a background, Scorpio, that saw chaos or dysfunction, that hasn't imprinted upon you that people who are stable are boring and you're not attracted to them, because that could certainly be. And then I picked the last card I'm going to pick, the Knight of Cups, and you see the knight. There's his white horse, and it really is. But he's wearing Converse shoes, so he's contemporary. He's, the point is that um, your disinterest may be because you are still in transition, learning how to appreciate the person that will cherish you. Um, I don't really think somebody else's love can do that for that person. Maybe occasionally it can, because that person can mirror back to you how lovable you really are. And then you can give that to yourself. And then you can also appreciate that other person. So, I mean, yeah, I think that that's possible for sure. But anyway, what this says to me, this can be an offer coming out of love. So maybe this is like a friend who says, "Hey, do you want to go to that Reiki workshop? Maybe we have this like healing power in our hands. What do you think?" And you're thinking to yourself, "Oh gosh, yet another workshop." But you agree to go along with your friend. And that turns into the thing that you end up doing, that you end up excelling in, that really lights you up. The Four of Cups is all about paying attention to your dissatisfaction. Don't try to distract yourself from it. Really go, wow, yeah, I'm really like bored right now in this job, in this relationship. And I'm not just seeking like random stimulation. I want to feel that I'm putting my all into something, because Scorpio is that sign, I think, out of all the signs, that is extreme enough emotionally or intense enough emotionally that you either are all in or you couldn't care less. So you have to pay attention to that, or else you'll just be running on automatic, and you're going to be very disconnected from your life. And there's nothing worse than a disconnected Scorpio, because when you are like aligned, it's like magic. And it can have that magical quality for the people that you help. All right, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.